Professional Learning Community, otherwise known as a PLC. Educators committed to working collaboratively in ongoing processes of collective inquiry and action research to achieve better results for the students they serve. Take it from Michael Scott. If you want to be the world's best boss or run a building like Michael Scott, collaboration amongst colleagues is a must. PLCs can be the vehicle for collaboration. It was once said that PLCs are who we are and data teams are what we do. Are PLCs the answer? In essence, PLCs are not so much an initiative, but rather a culture or way of doing things. PLCs have now reached a critical juncture, one that is well known to educators. School initiatives are introduced, enthusiasm is generated, only to be followed by confusion on how to implement and the necessary training to sustain. Karen Seashore Lewis agrees with the notion and goes on to say, many view PLCs as an innovation to be implemented rather than as a culture change that will take years and create conflict as well as success. But she also fears that PLCs may join the long list of best practices, rather than presenting the kind of challenge that becomes a lifelong journey for a school leader. A sample of our conversations, when put into a Wordle format, looks something like this. A flaw that seemed to be a common thread throughout the discussions was that PLCs were teacher, not student-focused. Ideally, our Wordle would look something like this. Schools must remain focused on improving student learning to sustain longevity. If not, then teachers will dismiss PLCs as just another educational fad, only to be here today and gone the next. For instance, what do all of these things have in common? Not only are the icons for a specified decade, but they served a short-term purpose, generating interest and excitement, and they are gone. Sound familiar? On the flip side, what do all of these things have in common? These are all ideas that are valuable enough to impact their users. They may have been modified over time, but they are still around. Will PLCs be known as just another fad or a classic? Something that is so valuable that it can withstand the test of time, or just become education's next new thing? This man, Richard Dufour, said that using the term PLC does not demonstrate that a learning community does, in fact, exist. After all, who isn't a PLC? Dufour goes on to say that the term has been used so ubiquitously that it is in the danger of losing all meaning, essentially saying actions speak louder than words. Getting teachers to collaborate about their practice might be a place to start, but until there is some type of student learning that is measured and improved, I would cry foul on calling it a PLC. Most teachers want an easy fix that will meet all of their needs right now with little time and effort. Some school districts tend to go an inch deep and a mile wide. The problem is that measuring student learning and developing strong collaborative communities takes time and must be done over an extended period to ensure validity. Lewis explains that one reason it takes time is that you have to build trust. She goes on to explain that trust is a precondition for developing PLCs. Without trust as building blocks for collaboration, PLCs, school culture, and eventually student learning will suffer. While PLCs may fade away, the idea of a collaborative school culture with an emphasis on student learning is essential. Whether you call them a PLC, meeting, collaboration, or just lunch in the lounge, discussing students and their learning has to happen for buildings to reculture and redefine education.